I feel I must warn you. If it turns out that you enjoy killing, it can become very addictive.
I want to do this.
Kevin says, I don't want to do it in a traditional way. I want to do this in a low-budget, independent way. So Jim Wilson came aboard, who is Kevin's producer.
People get mixed up with what an independent film is today, because it means so many things, different things to many people. But the truth is, Mr. Brooks was made independently. The fact that we made this independently, we were given complete creative freedom, which is amazing. And I think Mr. Brooks is a better film because we had complete autonomy creatively.
Markers.
Why are you a cop?
It was challenging, but I had a great team.
The visual, John Lindley as the cinematographer, is giving us a look that is really special. Jeffrey Beechoff is a production designer, and he's made every location look better than we had imagined. The ceramic studios are often dingy little places, and he really built a ceramic studio based on the character of Mr. Brooks.
And they were able to show me how it could be done. I mean, they're brilliant at saying, all we have to do is shoot a corner of the building.
You're on the set, and Bruce and I look at each other and go, wow, that's pretty neat. It's a miracle that a movie gets made. It really is, because of all the pitfalls. We wrote this 3 years ago, and here we are now in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Shreveport turned out to be really a blessing in disguise, because we found a beautiful modern house for them, when there are not many in Shreveport, but we found a really lovely modern house on a piece of water.
We're in Shreveport, Louisiana. So we're actually setting this movie in Oregon.
Shreveport had a big enough downtown we could go ahead and cheat, and the citizens of Shreveport were wonderful. I mean, they really were. It was that southern hospitality and enough crawfish to, you know, survive for quite a while.
Rehearsing and action game.
Maybe I should just pull over there and go get him.
Nah, just honk. Maybe I'll get killed crossing the street to save us the mess of doing it. I can't bear to say I relate to him. Because everybody kind of goes, woo, what did you say that for? You relate to this dude? That part of him, that the most despicable part, I just had to really kind of use my imagination and tried to even humanize those moments. The other parts of him conducting his day, of doing business, of loving his child, of trying to understand, I could understand those things.
I don't think I want to kill this guy.
Wait a minute, you promised.
I know I said we would, but I don't think it would be that much fun.
So that's it? Just no?
Yes.
I want to do this.
Don't you think I want to do this, Mr. Smith?
Maybe you don't think that you have to anymore. I mean, I think that when you finally start playing with your fellow actors on the set, you're always going to discover new clues that make up a character. And so certainly once I'm, in the ring and we're all kind of kicking it around, that really started taking place.
All right, guys, stand by, folks.
Working collectively with all these guys, it's been really fascinating to find out more about Mr. Smith and how I choose to play him.
One, action.
The great thing about this role for me is that despite the fact that the character Jane's she's in less than a dozen scenes, like 6 or 7 scenes, but each scene is something monumental. I mean, I don't think I've ever gotten to stab someone with scissors before, so that was a first and very, exciting until the blood starts seeping everywhere and you feel like you're gonna be, oozing syrup for the next 4 days of your life.
Pour this milk right on you right now.
This was a very important role because, as you know, this particular movie has the ability to have a second and third episode. When we thought about this girl, we also thought about someone who was responsible, who would be responsible to us in the future and success. Would they come back and continue this role going forward? And so Danielle
really kind of has not only the acting ability, but also has the intelligence and I think integrity to follow this role through.
Ask your daughter what the real reason is she dropped out of school.
I told you it's not the real reason.
Oh, honey, you wanted to go to college. You had good grades. Your father pulled in favors to get you into that school.
If this is not the real reason, then please, dear God, tell me the reason.
Marg would have me as I would marry her tomorrow. She was a delight. And of all of the cast, it was truly interesting, the power of television. Because Kevin, William, even Dane walked down the street and, you know, oh, that's Kevin Costner. Oh, that's William Hurt. Oh, that's Dane Cook. Oh my God, it's the woman from CSI. And could I have your autograph? Could I have your autograph? And I mean, the whole set fell in love with Marg.
Hopefully every take is a little bit different, a little bit more textured, a little more dynamic, and I feel that's sort of been the case. That's why I kind of want more scenes so I can really get this all fleshed out.
Demi Moore comes in and she is full of vim and vigor and ready to go.
You would never stand for the door because if someone's in there, they'll shoot you.
That's right. She's terribly exacting and wants to make sure every nook and cranny is, you know, whether it's from the script or from the police world and whatnot. So Demi keeps you on your toes hugely, and you know, she's a beautiful lady, and there's just an energy that no one else could bring that Demi did. I mean, every day on set it was, okay, let's go.
There's a scene with Captain Lister where we're walking that I didn't really like the scene. I actually didn't like it, was feeling very uncomfortable, where there was something that emerged at the end that was very unsuspecting for me, for Detective Atwood, being there, where there was a level of emotion, a level of vulnerability that came forth. Because I think at the heart of all this volatility is somebody that's in enormous, enormous pain.
It's one of your biggest problems, Tracy. You don't know how to ask for help.
I don't want to lose you. But I can't help you if you don't help yourself.
Demi is Atwood. She's vulnerable. She certainly has a mind of her own, and she can kick ass.
I think first and foremost, it was like, you know, these guys had a vision, Bruce and Kevin, everybody really knows what they want this thing to be, but also how to keep a set light and keep people around you enthused, and yet wanting to, you know, get there together, cross the finish line as one. That is so difficult to do.
You're supposed to be dead!
That was good, kid.
When we were on the set of Mr. Brooks, the great thing about having that cast was Kevin. And Kevin gave me entree into that cast by saying, I trust Bruce. And I was accepted by them as one of them, and they trusted me. And I was very grateful for that.